is Friday Eve.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us here on Arc Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. It's Friday for you.
It is, yes. I'm looking forward to a day off.
Look at that. Good for you.
Yeah, thanks.
You need it.
You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do? Nothing?
Clean my house.
Oh, okay.
Spring cleaning day.
Are you going to watch?
Arc Rochester? I usually do on my days off. See, I want us to keep our jobs.
Yeah?
I have no idea if people are watching. If you're watching, please let us know, because we haven't gotten the ratings.
News at 13wham.com. Say hello. That's literally all you need to do is say hello.
Yeah.
We'll call you out and say hello back to you.
As long
right
as you're
here.
nice. If you're not nice, then you got another thing coming.
Yep.
Buddy.
Sure do. Hey, we've got 2 full hours, a packed show this morning, so let us see what's brewing in this Thursday's rundown.
Coming up this morning, Stephanie Joseph will break down some of the top political headlines for us this morning.
She certainly will. She joins us over at the live desk with the latest. Morning, Steph.
Yeah, good morning, guys. In today's political pulse check, we're following expected cuts at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Now, in remarks posted to X, the VA secretary confirmed the agency wants to reduce its workforce by 15%, cutting more than 70,000 jobs. Our Christian Garzone got some local reaction. He'll join me to discuss more on the impact in our community and what the director of Monroe County's Veterans Services had to say. That's coming up at 9:30 later this morning.
All right, Steph, thank you very much. And also coming up, we're talking a little bit of science. Meteorologist Mark Mclean will be here talking about some special weather experiments that you can do at home.
He certainly will. Do you know what he's talking
Yes,
about
I do.
today?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this one's cool. And then we're going to be learning about the new exhibits that are coming to the Rochester Contemporary Art Center. They're highlighting the influential Instagram account, Explore Rochester. And its 10-year, count them, 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, and then later, High School Musical season will be joined by cast members from Greece Arcadia and Palmac to see what shows they're bringing to their stage. And I'm excited for everybody who's going to go.
I am too. I've been singing along to some of the songs that have been stuck in my head from these shows. Before all of that, though, we want to see how the weather is. Checking out the forecast right now, meteorologist Marty Snyder over there in the Weather Center. Marty, those temperatures, they're dropping from where we were this time yesterday.
Yeah, that's it. Just a much cooler setup over these next few days. Not as sharply as cold as what we have seen over recent weeks, but again, we're going to see that little downward trend play out in temperatures. Right now, we're seeing the cloud cover build in pretty well, holding at 36. Notice that wind up to 28. We have been seeing some gusts up to this point in the 30s, even some lower 40s miles per hour for some of those gusts. And I think the potential is there to see some of those gusts get into that 40s range or 40s miles per hour as we head deeper into the day today. We do have a wind advisory in effect for at least some of our counties. Temperatures today, they're going to be in a downward trend. Not going to be a fast drop in numbers, but will fall through the 30s, likely some upper 20s by very late this afternoon. It'll take towards the end of the day for that to happen. And for the weekend, even Friday as well, most of those numbers hovering somewhere in the 30s for highs. But notice next week, rise up a little bit into Monday, some lower 40s then. Could make a run at 60 into Tuesday, and still even after dropping back a little bit Wednesday, still above average by about a dozen degrees by that time frame. So overall, just turning quite a bit milder for the much longer term. Just a lot of wind today, but I think longer term looks a lot better for us.
I can do mild. I like mild. I can do wind. No big deal.
Watch the trash cans. That's all.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, we got ours back in, so I think we're good in my neighborhood at least.
Good to know.
All right, Marty. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's go now to Off the Top this morning, where we talk about some of the stories that have piqued our interest this Thursday morning. I'm going to start things off for you now. Millie Bobby Brown, the actress. We know who she is. She's no stranger to the spotlight, but it's not her work that's really getting attention this time or making headlines. It's her appearance. And quite honestly, she's had enough. Going to show you a video right here.
Hi everyone, it's Millie. I want to take a moment to address something that I think is bigger than just me. Something that affects every young woman who grows up under public scrutiny. I think this is very necessary to talk about. I started in the industry when I was 10 years old. I grew up in front of the world, and for some reason, people can't seem to grow up with me. Instead, they act like I'm supposed to stay frozen in time, like I should still look the way I did on Stranger Things Season 1. And because I don't,
So in the video here, it's a response to critics that are tearing apart her look. So the 21-year-old took a stand against the scrutiny, calling it exactly what it is. It's bullying. They talk about what she looks like. She said, quote, "It's really disturbing to watch grown adults, especially women, pick apart my face, my body, my choices. I will not apologize for growing up. I will not be shamed for it." Now, let's be clear. This kind of commentary around this topic is nothing new, especially for young women, especially young women in Hollywood. But social media has turned it now into a sport, a competitive sport at that. X has been flooded with posts dissecting Millie's face. We're going to show some of them to you. Her style, her makeup. Complete strangers acting like they have a say in what she looks like. TMZ, she's delusional if she thinks her looks are not going to get dissected on the internet. She has grown up in the age of social media, so she should be more clued up. The whining is pointless. Nobody expects her to still look 10. They're saying her styling is too mature for a 21-year-old. Let's see what other ones we have. She looks terrible. After that, it's her right if she wants to look like a prostitute. I believe we have one. No more. Okay. These are just some of the tweets that people have shared about how she looks and about her response and reaction to this story. So we got to ask the question, when was the last time young male actors have been put under this kind of microscope? Nobody's sitting at home dissecting Timothée Chalamet's jawline or saying he looks too young or looks too old or acts a certain way. He's not grown up enough. But for women, it's always the conversation. And I don't know why this just kind of made my blood boil, but it absolutely did. They're either too young to be taken seriously or too old to be attractive after a certain age. Meantime, a publication like the New York Times, the New York Post, they run a story like this. We're talking about celebrating men who look disheveled, calling them, quote, the rodent men look, and celebrating that. But a woman wears too much eyeliner or changes her hair, and this is a scandal. And it makes no sense. And it's not just celebrities that go through this. It happens everywhere. It happens at school. It happens at work. It happens in everyday life. People commenting on weight, wrinkles, makeup, clothing choices, as if a person's worth is actually tied to the way they present themselves to the world. And we don't want to pretend like these words don't have an impact, because they absolutely do. It makes people question themselves. It makes them feel like they're not enough. So when is enough enough? So when you hit post, before you hit post the next time on social media, you need to be asking yourself, why am I posting this? What will this accomplish? And is this tearing someone else down? We do want to end, though, on a different note, because there were some positive responses to Millie's appearance and to her video that she posted. One, this fan, Millie BB, this is not a new account. This account's been around since 2018. I looked it up. It says, I'm so proud of her. I believe we have a couple more. Yes, excellent response. If they're not tearing a woman down for Botox, they're assailing her for for aging naturally. She can't win. I love that she called them out by name. She absolutely did. She called out the authors of these articles that call themselves journalists. She called out comedians who call themselves joke makers and joke writers, when it's quite honestly not fun, especially when you're talking about someone who is so young, 21 years old.
Yeah.
Just legal. Let's make her feel terrible.
Right.
What kind of society do we live in?
It's a society where people know that they can hide behind a computer, hide behind a fake profile picture and a fake name, and say whatever they want, and there will be no consequences for their actions.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, not to make it personal, but yeah. I get it all the time. I got it from my very first job in TV news. The comments and the messages and the emails and the phone calls about my weight, my height, my hair, my face, my clothing it's devastating. It was when I first started. Now it's like I have gotten thick skin. It is not even close to the scale that celebrities get. No. I'm just a small news anchor, but it is, you're under the microscope, and people will not let you have any grace. I mean, when I first started out, I was young. I was really young. and it was, you know, you have a baby face, you need to lose weight in the face, you're too round, and then now I'm getting older, and now it's like, you know, I'm getting some comments.
The opposite, yeah.
It's the opposite.
The opposite.
It is.
It's never good enough. So let this be a lesson to anyone out there who gets comments, posts on social media, and doesn't like what they read. Don't take any advice from anyone who is responding to your stuff on social media. Because if all they can do is write from a dark room in their mother's basement, that's not a person that you want to be emulating. You change for yourself, and that's it.
That was very good. Hey, thanks for being a friend.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we got to move on to mine now. And mine is, you always do ones that are like so inspirational and so...
No, but listen, yours is delicious, okay?
So I want to talk about dumb food. That is what I want to talk about. My husband and I call it this. And it's like just the absolutely absurd things that people make on the internet, and people lose their minds over them. This was trending on social media X this morning. This is a cinnamon roll cheesecake. And you would not believe how many people, look at that. 3,000 reposts, and this was hours ago.
5.5 million views.
Yes. All right.
People
so
licking
this is
their
what
cell phones.
I looked up the recipe, and I mean, it's basically like, you know, diabetes in cake form. It's 2 cups of graham crackers, a cup of butter. A pound of butter, 3 packages of cream cheese, 2 cups of sugar. Like, I mean, anything that you could imagine, and it weighs about 2 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds.
Okay.
People online have lost their minds over it.
I need a sheet pan of
Okay, so this guy said, I got to request the week off of work for this one. Who else weighed in? Same guy. This type of dish, you take 1 bite of a day for like the whole month. And you know, one of the reasons I wanted to pick this is because you love cheesecake so much. This person said, this is too much. I'll take 2. I get it. Jessica said, Lord have mercy, I would sin for this.
Jessica's not alone.
It's crazy. And some people, actually, I think we've got some negative ones too. This is the type of dish you dream of when you're 5. That's the same person
55,
again.
105.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the age. This person said, this looks disgusting, just me. I don't like super sweet though. And to that
Okay, well then don't weigh in.
This person, no. Just no, bruh.
Bruh.
Which I now know the meaning of, and it's not like a great thing to be.
No.
Okay, so I want to talk about other dumb food.
Okay.
Because there's so much of it out there. This is, I saw an article, this is out of Alabama, and this is one of the foods that they're like known for. Like people travel. This is a cotton candy burrito, I think. Absolutely insane.
Ice cream, right?
Yes, ice cream in there. It's made of cotton candy. It's got other things. It looks like some kind of gummy.
I wouldn't say no.
This is s'mores French toast.
Oh, God.
Crazy, though. But, like, this is, ice cream donut. Or, I'm sorry, ice cream baked potato is what this is. We've got lobster ice cream.
No.
This is out of Maine.
No.
Yep. This is anything but a Bloody Mary. But it actually is a Bloody Mary. But
That's
Ashley,
funny,
if
though.
we could just pause on this real quick. Look at all of the junk that is in this. This is a meal. What is that? It looks like a chocolate muffin at the bottom.
You got a chocolate muffin.
Several donuts.
You've got chicken. You've got a sausage there, kielbasa.
One singular olive.
One singular olive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's multiple olives. Yeah, multiple olives
okay,
there.
I see them.
There are.
But I want to know, Daniel.
Okay.
Where do you draw the line when it comes to dumb food? So hear me out. A lot of people travel. They go specifically to eat these dishes, to partake in this anything but the Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. How far do you take it? You personally, you travel. Are you getting this?
Well, this, no, because
Okay,
I can't
it's got
eat it.
meat,
But
sure.
yes, but things along this line, yes. Abigail, I went to the same restaurant 3 times in 2 days, and in one meal, I ordered 4 entrees and an appetizer. and sat there for a solid 2 hours so I could try it all. Yeah, I would order this. Yes, I've seen this before, and it looks delicious. And you can't tell me it doesn't.
I don't think it looks
and
good.
And you can't tell
How
me
is
that cheesecake cinnamon roll doesn't. I was thinking as soon as I saw that thing, we need to try and make that on the show.
Listen, I could make it.
Let's get the toaster oven out here, put it on wheels, and get it going.
I'm down.
I'm down for all of this dumb food.
Okay.
It's not dumb, it's delicious.
There we go. Time right now, 8:15. We still have a lot to get to here on Arc Rochester. I can tell because Ashley's yelling at me to wrap it up. Chris Lopez getting his quarters out at Pinball Collective.
And don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. Arc Rochester returns right after this. Today, East Rochester will be home to the North American Pinball Championship. Never thought that would be a sentence I'd be reading.
Heck.
Some of the best players in the nation will be competing for $55,000 in cash and prizes.
I could think of a few things to do with that kind of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. 58 players from 49 states will be at Rochester Pinball Collective, and that's where we find Chris Lopez this morning. He's giving us a preview. It looks like more people are starting to file in. What's going on there?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Yeah, absolutely. People are coming in to trickling in here to practice. Tournament starts at 10 o'clock. Also, I learned that there's going to be players coming from Canada as well, from 8 different provinces in Canada. Also, you have the United States players, one of them being Steve right here. You're from PA. You won the New Jersey tournament as well. What got you into pinball?
So I've been around pinball for many years. My father actually owns a pinball business for 20 years in New Jersey. So I've been around games for a very long time, and I just really been playing and learning, and here I am competing in the states and nationals level.
$55,000 on the line. Are you nervous today?
I am, but I think I've been practicing enough. I've been practicing every week, so I think I'm ready to give it my best shot.
So the one thing we haven't addressed, though, is how does someone win this tournament? Because I'm a little bit confused on how someone wins the tournament. I know the bracket is over here. You can explain to me as well as our audience, how does someone go about winning the tournament?
Yeah, let's go take a look at the bracket real quick. So every state has a state championship, so your best qualifiers for each state will compete. You have to play against 16 players, or in bigger states, 24 players. Play head-to-head format. You win 4 games, move on to the next round, move on to the next round, until you're head-to-head with you and your final component. You win, you get a free invitation to the Nationals.
Which is today.
That's exactly today. Nationals is basically the same format. You start out, but you're playing against 57 other players. Head-to-head, you win 4 games, move on to the next round. Keep going until you're left with one opponent. If you win it all.
And then when it comes to the games, you just pick one game, and how do you guys go about playing each other?
Each player picks one game from each pinball era. So you have old games, mid games, and new games. And you basically have 6 games on the table. Each player alternates, picks a game, and then if you win 4 before you get to the 7th game, you move on to the next round.
Good luck to you today,
All right,
sir.
thank you.
I will let you
Appreciate
get
it.
back to practicing.
All right.
10 o'clock, we're going to move over to another player coming from New York City. This is Alex. Alex,
Hello.
is it day 1 here, or have you been here for a little bit?
This is day 1 for me. I came here last night through Amtrak. It took a little bit of a trek here, but I know some of these other players are taking a lot bigger of a trek. So I'd say that was easy for me in comparative.
How long? First of all, what's the pinball scene like in New York City? I'd imagine it's crazy.
So I'm a newcomer for the most part compared to a lot of players. I got into the competitive scene maybe about 2.5 years ago or so, and so I'd say that from my perspective, it's flourishing quite a bit. I know a lot of players talk about how there's new players coming in every single day. There's definitely different communities within the city, whether it's you're in Brooklyn, whether you're even in Harlem right now, there's a big community. So you'll find it no matter where you go. There's always competition. There's always lots of friendly faces around right now.
Do you have a favorite game in pinball that you like to play? Or do you like a favorite style? So I'm learning a lot about games that float, games that are fast, shaking the pinball machine. I guess if you're not shaking, you're not trying.
Exactly. That's a very famous saying here. If you don't tilt, you're not trying. I'd say that I tend to like the class a little bit more than the moderns in terms of playing. In New York City, we mostly have moderns because a lot of these bars, they want games that are going to attract new players, and it's going to be the themed games, so Star Wars or any of the movie-based games. But I like a good old school bells and chimes kind of game. One of the games here, big game over there, is a game where you just kind of rip the spinner over and over, and I love a game with a repeatable shot. I think that when you get have that one spinner that just the sounds go off every time you hit it, and you feel very rewarded. It's a high that is like no other in pinball.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and good luck to you today, sir.
Thank you so much.
A lot of cash, and I want to point out one last thing. This is pretty cool here. This trophy will be taken home by someone today. On top of that, pretty cool pinball machine as well, worth 7,000 big ones. I'm gonna send it back to you guys in studio. We're gonna be here for one more hit.
How do you get the pinball machine home?
That's a good question. I gotta ask that.
Strap it
they
to the
probably
roof of the
ship
Toyota?
it, but
Rent a something. U-Haul?
throw it in the
Rent a
trunk.
truck?
Do you rent the
Passenger
U-Haul, or
seat?
does it come with the U-Haul?
You're probably responsible.
Both. Both.
Okay.
So you have
Both.
2 U-Hauls.
2 U-Hauls.
2 U-Hauls. Hey, stick around. We have a lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back. We are getting a look at those dropping temps with meteorologist Mark Mclean.
Yeah, stick around. We're back after this.
Off the wall, people. Welcome back. We're joined now by meteorologist Mark Mclean to get a check of the forecast and those cooler temperatures. They are on their way, and they're bringing some wind.
Yeah. The old saying in weather, right? What does wind mean?
Change.
Wind always means change, right?
That was a total guess.
He's had the weather class at MCC, though. No, I'm just kidding.
Haven't.
But it does. No. So you went to bed last night, and it wasn't very windy. Woke up this morning, you could hear the wind outside the window. So this is interesting. A wind advisory, but it's an advisory in place south and east of Rochester, where the winds are not gusting yet to 40, 45. Where we're actually seeing the placement of some of these gusts is actually off to the west of Rochester. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was kind of extended off to the west. And I don't know about you guys, but at the McLean household, it's trash day. So the 13 wham trash canometer is out there. What do you think? Is it a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 today?
I'm gonna go 2.
40 to 50 mile gusts?
My recyclables, I'll just give you a hint, were all over my front yard.
Down the street.
No.
Well,
Really?
Down the street would be like thunderstorm
neighbor's
wind.
yard.
I'm gonna go knocked over.
It is a knocked over morning. Yeah. The trash can was upright. The recycling bin, not so great out there. And, we have some gusts across the area off to the west of Rochester that are in that 40 to 45 mile per hour range. Buffalo 48, Rochester 43 since midnight. Hey, this is live data. We get this right into our weather system from the New York State Mesonet. So this updates every 5 minutes with fresh data. Seeing, like I mentioned, the gusts are off to the west right there.
What is the Mesonet?
So the New York State placed independent weather stations. I could pull this map out and you'd see all of them. Sporadically across all of western central New York, eastern New York, and the Adirondacks. And they're individual weather stations that just give us temperature, wind, precipitation, all the weather data, that we could have. But it's nice because the official observations that we get come in on the hour at the airport. So you see the wham cam currents when they're up on TV. They update about once an hour, unless there's a special weather statement. But the Mesonet is every 5 minutes, so it's kind of nice.
Oh.
So it's going to be a windy day today. We're going to see some of those gusts in that 40, 45 mile per hour range. And the weather forecast, of course, because we're talking change, it's going backwards. We're going to go to the 20s by 4 o'clock as temps grow colder. So it's going to be one of those days where we're talking wind chill by the end of the day. I know. It was 59 yesterday.
I know.
It was lovely
It was
yesterday.
incredible.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And I got the heat fixed yesterday.
Did you?
Yes.
Good.
So in time for this weather today.
Yeah, and next week
makes me a happy camper.
We'll warm up too. So it does improve over time. It's getting to be that time of the year where 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards, that kind of deal.
I'm going to ask you because Marty's on board.
Yep.
Abby and Steph already said absolutely not. Next Tuesday,
yes,
we're supposed to be 60 degrees.
Yes.
Will you wear shorts?
Shorts on TV.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, I don't think anybody wants to see these things.
One segment. Listen, I'm like see-through.
Okay. Are we talking gym shorts?
Your
like
shorts are?
golf
No,
shorts?
not my shorts.
Jorts?
My flesh. It's so pale. You keep it down over there.
There exists evidence of Dan in jorts on Instagram.
Does there?
Yes.
Oh, yes, there does.
In a kiddie swimming pool.
Yes.
What? Wait.
With a floaty.
Yeah, I did that on a weekend.
It was awesome.
Losing a bet.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
And he follows through. Don't ever bet him.
Yeah.
I went out to the store and bought that stuff.
It was awesome.
Not the jorts. I owned.
It was this time of the year too, was it? Because
was.
We had a warm up on the way,
It was
and it
in
had been
March.
so cold, and
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Wow. All right.
Tuesday, shorts.
Oh boy.
We'll talk about it again on Monday. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester.
We're back after this.
Right? Good Thursday morning. Thanks for sticking with us here on Arc Rochester, 8:32. We want to kick this half hour off with a bit of fun.
Because that's all we do
I
here.
know, as if we don't have fun the rest of the time.
The 2025 New York International Toy Fair wrapped up just a couple days ago, and it was one of the world's most influential events in the toy industry.
It was. Over 800 toy companies hosted exhibits at the fair this year. I got a chance to learn more about some of the must-have toys and trends that are taking over the shelves in 2025. Pay attention if you have kids, because half of this stuff will be gone before Christmas. Take a look. Let's talk toys. We're pleased to be joined now by Amanda Mushrow, a lifestyle and parenting expert. Amanda, good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. You have got, I'm looking at this display, and we were chatting a little bit before we started, and you said you've spent the past 2 days playing with toys.
Yes, I've done nothing but play with toys. There are enough toys here to fill 8 football fields. So that's thousands of toys. So I have seen it all this weekend, and I have brought some of my favorites to give you some sneak peeks for the holidays, if you can believe it.
I can't believe we're already talking about that when we're not even into spring officially.
Right.
But let's dive in, because we know moms and dads out there like to get some of that shopping done early. And a lot of the popular toys are off the shelves before you know it. And then you're trying to find them online paying triple the price. So what are kids looking at this year?
Okay, here's one trend that is really big with kids and parents, and it's the nostalgia trend. So these are the toys and the characters and the activities that we loved as kids. They're coming back into toys so that we have different ways to interact with and play with our kids. So one that I really love is Uli with the Peanuts. So Uli is this amazing craft line. I love their markers and their paints, and they're pairing up with Peanuts. So now we have Snoopy and Charlie Brown, just a really sweet partnership. Again, if you loved the Peanuts as a kid, you can craft right along next to your kid, and you get to see Snoopy's cute little face.
All about the nostalgia. I think that not only is it fun for the kids, mom and dad secretly enjoy watching them play with it, and then probably playing with it a little bit themselves when the kids are
know it.
School, right?
Exactly. And crafting really is relaxing. It's relaxing kids for adults. So if you can love the product, love the Peanuts, I love it. It's perfect.
Sold. What's up next? What else do you have there?
So STEAM is going to be another big trend this holiday season in toys. And this is a line that I really love. This is Theodora's STEAM Girls. So each girl is almost has a superpower in one element of STEAM. So science, technology, engineering, art, and math. They come with these beautiful clothes. They have a book, sticker book. It's just a really fun way to encourage girls to look again at STEAM and sort of be these change makers in the STEAM field. So a really fun way of taking baby dolls and STEAM and blending them together.
So they've all got like background stories.
Exactly. So it's really fun. And I have to say, my daughter is 13 now, but she's my little mathematician. And she said, I would have loved to have had a doll that loved math as much as I did. How sweet is that?
Well, listen, she's only 13. There's still time. You can get her one of those, and I'm sure she would appreciate it.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Are board games still a thing? Do people still play them?
Yes, board games are a big thing. The unplug and play. But here is the deal. Parents have to like these games just as much as kids. You don't want them bringing it over and be like, oh, I have to play this game with you. Absolutely. So we're really seeing these fun, creative ideas. This is so cute. This is from Hootenanny Games. This is Disco Island Escape. It's sort of like Candyland and Checkers, kind of all mixed together with a disco theme. It's got these cute little lemurs living on a disco ball that turns into lava, and you have to do some boogieing down. It's really cute, really fun, easy to learn, and only 30-minute game to play. So this is one that, again, parents and kids are going to want to play together.
Wait a second. It's a 30-minute game to play.
Yes, 30. You can do 30 minutes. What I can't do is 3 hours, but 30 minutes, start to finish, perfect timing.
Because there are some board games that, you see them broken out at the house and you've been playing that same round
Yes.
for, 6 weeks.
Right, right. Quick, fast, and fun. I like it.
That's the way to do it, especially with the kids who they want to focus on this and then they want to focus on this and then they want to focus on this. I'm sure they're taking something away from it too. Good sportsmanship.
Right. Exactly. And a fun activity with your kids.
Absolutely. What else do you have there? What is that? That's like a cat on wheels.
Yeah, well, she's not on wheels, but this is Purryfuls. This is taking self-care and blending it with toys. So this is Ren. She's from Purryfuls. She's a very, very soft, plush cat that she actually vibrates and purrs. So if you're a cat person,
that's her tail. That's not wheels.
Yes, that was her tail. And if you love to snuggle your cat and find it very relaxing, then Purryfuls is perfect. You hold it against your chest, it lightly vibrates and purrs. It can calm you down if you're feeling a little anxious or stressed, whether you want to watch a movie. I mean, this is a really hot trend right now by mixing the self-care with the toys.
Well, and the thing that's great about something like this is you get all of the benefits and none of the cons. You get to keep your couch nice.
Right. No claws here. No allergens. No allergies.
No cleaning up around the house after them. That's a really interesting idea.
Isn't it fun? And you always get to cuddle. If you're a cat person, you know that maybe your cat, even the woman who created it said she came home from work, she was so stressed, she wanted to snuggle her cat to relax. Her cat was like, smell you later, lady. So that's how she came up with this idea. I love it.
I love it. We all know how cats can be. They're finicky.
Yeah, they sure are.
What else do you have there? You've got, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so first I have Catan. That is a huge game. Millions of people play it. Now, one of the trends is taking these favorite games and elevating it. So this is from Fanroll. This is the Catan Masterpiece series. So it's this beautiful wooden set. It was on Kickstarter for 1 hour and fully funded. So if you love the game, you want to elevate your game, that's a great way to do it. And what you did see over here, these are teddy bears. This is the creepy and cute trend. So it is these bears that they come in a coffin. They've got these crazy backstories. They're a little creepy, but they're super, super cute. They come in all different sizes and blind bags. They even won Toy of the Year because they were so creative and innovative. And I have 2 teenagers that are obsessed with the teddy bears.
Okay, so let's go back to Catan. We're talking like Settlers of Catan.
Yes.
Parks and Recreation. That game.
Yes, that people love. Millions of people play it all over the world. Now they have this beautiful collector's item that you can play your game on. And it's, like I said, it was on Kickstarter for 1 hour. And so people were like, yes, we love this.
Incredible. Okay, and then lastly, let's talk about the creepy / cute trend that's happening. Where is this coming from?
You know, if you think back to like Garbage Pail Kids, I mean, I was obsessed with those as a kid where it's weird. Baby adults don't understand it, but kids really dig it. So there are a lot of this creepy and cute, and that's where these teddy bears are coming from. And they have different series so that you can collect the different series. They come in different sizes, the bigger ones, they have smaller ones. They have a backstory. And ultimately, it's really about acceptance of who you are and finding your people so that these teddy bears are sort of all together. They found each other. Creepy, cute. I'm really here for it.
So the kids are gaining something from this, and mom and dad can have 15 minutes to shower or, no arms reaching out of the grocery cart, pulling things into the basket when they don't need to because they've got this.
Exactly. Anything that keeps them entertained, keeps them happy. I mean, isn't that what a toy's supposed to do?
That is what a toy is supposed to do. Amanda, thank you so much for your time this morning. And if you at home want to learn more about these toys, we will make sure to post that on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning. Stick around. We're back after this.
And today, 58 pinball players from 49 states will get together in East Rochester for the North American Pinball Championship.
They certainly will. The pinball champions from each state will compete for, get this, nearly $55,000 in cash and prizes.
How much is actually? We keep saying nearly 55. Why can't we just round up? Why can't we say 55?
Because it might be 54.
Chris Lopez.
Yeah, he's out there live. Chris, how much is it?
Nearly 55. Nearly 55 is what I'm told. That includes that pinball machine. I'm gonna get way too involved. I gotta do my job here. Let's see how long I can go though. Okay, well. Obviously, not too long. But that's why the professionals are here this morning. I have some special guests. I'm going to be talking to Josh and Zach Sharp. They are the president and vice president of the IFPA. What is the IFPA? The International Flipper Pinball Association. Did I get that right? Did I mess that up?
We had a bet that you were not going to get it right.
Really?
You got it right.
I was practicing that for a couple minutes in there.
Pretty good. Like you've been here before.
Yes, like I've been here before. Now you guys, the love of pinball, president, vice president, for a pretty big organization when it comes to pinball. What started you guys into it?
Since birth, we kind of grew up into pinball. Our dad was in the industry, and we haven't looked back since.
I was told your dad saved. There's a movie made after him? There's a movie made after. I was told your dad saved pinball in New York City. Was outlawed for 40 years in New York City.
So like back in the day, and I don't think they have any games without flippers here, but it was a gambling device for a very long time, and it was very hard for it to lose that connotation, even though the game evolved into something that became a more skillful game, as hopefully you've seen today. As you're playing, watch other people play.
I just ruined the last segment that I was just on. Did not get a single point there.
So he testified at the New York City Council to overturn the ban on the game and help to legalize it in New York, and then other cities followed, and chapter skip, here we are celebrating the national championship.
And where are you guys coming from?
Just outside Chicago.
You guys played to try and get into this tournament here. You came up a little bit short. Who did you guys fall short to, and how good is that competition?
Oh, I mean, the competition's world class. I can no longer say I'm the best Zach in the world, but I lost to Zach McCarthy, 20-year-old who's here representing Illinois.
And Josh, you were talking about the competitive aspects of this, and that's what really, I think, gets people to gravitate and stay with the game of pinball. Do you think that really derives with the players here?
Yeah, I think, pinball, if for casual people, I equate it to golf. Like, a lot of people play it casually for fun, and then you get into a level like this, like you do like the PGA Tour, where you have people that can dissect games physically through rules manipulation to a level that like blows even someone at my level, blows my mind of what they're able to do.
And I'm learning so much about pinball. If you're not shaking the machine, you're not trying. What's an underrated aspect that people don't know about pinball when they're talking to you guys?
I can take that. I like ball control, and I see it in my kids as they've learned to play. There's a very reactive nature for most casual people that are just like, you see the ball and you're just whapping, get it away. But your ability, it's a real game, right?
Yeah.
So it's real geometry. So if you have a ball held, if you went through middle school, as one of my kids is now, the later you let that ball go, the angle that's going to go is in real world. So you can influence exactly where you want the ball to go.
Who's the favorite to win this tournament today?
Probably. I mean, it's anyone's day. It's kind of like golf. You just never know who's hot. But I don't know. The number one ranked player in the world is here, Jason Zoller. If I was going to bet, I might have to put my money on him.
Yeah, the Vegas lines probably have, in world rank order, Jason Zoller with Zach McCarthy, who's world number 3, right behind. So if they end up in the finals, it is going to be a great match for sure. You'll have to come back, even though it's well past your bedtime at that.
Starting today at 10 a.m., I believe, and going pretty much as long as it goes. I've heard of 45-minute first ball games pretty much, so it can go like a baseball game. Whenever it ends is whenever it ends. About $55,000 on the line, cash and prizes. Pretty cool pinball trophy over there. I'm gonna send it back to you guys in studio for now.
Pretty impressive. Cash prizes, a pinball machine. Maybe a U-Haul to get it home. If not, some luggage straps to put it on the roof.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get creative.
Get those for you.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Time right now, 8:50. We still have a lot to get to here on Arc Rochester.
We certainly do. We're back on the other side of the break. $8:52, thanks for sticking with us this Thursday. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and the Cancer Services Program of the Finger Lakes region is encouraging those 45 and older to get screened.
This morning, we're talking more about the services they provide, as well as an upcoming event that you can take part in. For more, we're joined now by Caitlin Newberry from the Cancer Services Program of the Finger Lakes region. Good to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about it. March. Good reminder that everybody should go get screened if they're 45 and older, yes?
Yes, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, so we're encouraging everybody 45 and older to get screened for colon cancer.
Caitlin, do me a favor. For someone sitting at home who says they've heard of the Cancer Services Program of the Finger Lakes region, but they're not 100% sure what happens there, the work you guys do, remind us, fill us in.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a grant-funded program by New York State Department of Health, and what we do mainly is we are able, anybody who lives in New York State but does not have health insurance, we will get them enrolled, and then we will pay for their breast, cervical, and colon cancer screenings.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And we say it all the time, but early detection truly saves lives. It is couple months difference between something that is treatable and something that can't be treated.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though colon cancer is the second leading cancer-related cause of death for New Yorkers, it is one of the ones that we know how to prevent with screenings. They can find something when it's polyps and they're non-cancerous or they're benign, and they can remove that right then and there during that screening, and then they've just prevented cancer from occurring within the body.
Which is really incredible, the revolutionary technology that they now have in treatment and prevention. Talk to us, though, about the month of March. What can people expect, across the Finger Lakes region particularly, what can people expect?
Yeah, so, I mean, we promote all of those screenings year-round, but obviously with March being Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, we have a couple different events that we are going to be taking part of. Tomorrow is National Wear Blue Day. Blue is the color for Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and so tomorrow there will be a couple of groups, including Wilmot Wilmot, COE, the Strollin' for the Colon Foundation, I believe Cologuard, at Strong Lobby, just in the lobby with general resources, information, all wearing blue to support and draw awareness. And then next week, there will be a big colon cancer awareness event at the Rochester Central Library, where Wilmot will actually also be bringing their giant inflatable colon that is always fun. You can walk through it and actually see it's a good visual to see what's going on in there.
Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing it right there on your screen. It's massive.
Yes.
It is really big, and it certainly is interactive. Caitlin, thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it. For somebody who wants to learn more, who wants to get involved with some of these events, how can they do so?
Yeah, so just looking up the Cancer Services Program of the Finger Lakes region will get you in contact with us, but also the phone number is 585-224-3070.
Perfect. And we will post all of that information for you at home on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
Time right now is 8:55. Much more to get to here on Arc Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
Certainly do. We're back right after this.
Thursday morning, I'm Stephanie Joseph. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's your Arc Rochester news break. Tensions boiling over within the Rochester City School Board as the commissioner calls for the removal of a board member. Commissioner James Patterson accused Isaiah Santiago of repeatedly using a racial slur against him. Santiago denies the claims, calling them unfounded and deeply offensive as a black man. And he's in turn accusing Patterson of inappropriate and discriminatory behavior. Patterson refuses to comment until the board appoints a new superintendent. New information this morning following an overnight police presence in the city's Beechwood neighborhood. Officers say they were called to Beechwood Street and Hayward Avenue for reports of shots fired just before 9:30. The area and surrounding streets had to be blocked off as they worked to resolve that situation. They have now reopened. No one was hurt. Deputies in Ontario County say a number of animals were trapped in a barn fire that broke out yesterday afternoon. Now, according to the sheriff's office, deputies responded to a barn on fire on Lake to Lake Road in the town of Gorham just after 3. No one was hurt, but animals like peacocks and rabbits were not able to be removed from that barn. A nearby home was also damaged. The cause is under investigation, but no foul play is suspected. Now, for all of these top stories and any updates, be sure to visit 13wham.com. Stick around. Arc Rochester is back right after this.
March 6th. Thanks for joining us here on Arc Rochester on this Friday Eve. I'm Abby Ferdman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. A whole nother hour to get to right here on Arc Rochester. We want to start things out, though, with our good friend, meteorologist Mark Mclean, and a check of that forecast. Gonna be windy out there today, my friend.
Yeah, and we were talking about how wind means change in weather, and certainly we have some changes on the way for today. It was 59 yesterday. Actually, the last 2 days were the worst days of the year for Rochester, but today with that wind, an advisory until 4 a.m. Friday morning southeast of Rochester. We're going to see the wind kick up just a bit. So far, we're seeing 43, so that's not a point where you're worried about tree branches coming down on your house, but it is a point where you want to make sure the shopping cart is back in the corral at the old supermarket this afternoon. Gusts so far, and you're looking at the mesonet in that 40-mile-per-hour range southwest of Rochester, and some of the peak gusts west have seemed to be a little bit higher, but we think that that area will shift off to the southeast through the course of the afternoon. So look for that west wind in that 40 to 45-mile-per-hour range through today, tonight, and also Friday. And temps, they're in reverse. They're going to be going back through the 20s as we go through the afternoon.
What are you giggling at over there?
I'm laughing. You know how sometimes you just do strange things and you don't know why?
Yeah.
I'm standing here now and you're talking, and I do one of these and come back up. I don't know why it was a tick.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Hold on to your hats.
Hold on to your hat.
This is like a Mr. Wizard segment from when you were kids. We're talking science here.
So we go out and we do school visits, and the kids love to learn a little bit about the weather. We read to them. Sometimes it's book Harold and the Purple Crayon, or If I Ran the Rainforest by Dr. Seuss, and then we also have a bag of tricks.
Yeah, and this is one of several bag of tricks you guys have back there.
Like you said, we carve out this table so that we can have one of those
never-ending bags, bottomless. Yes.
Okay, so you're probably wondering what all this stuff is. So we wanted to make a cloud in a bottle today. Okay. And so this is what we have. It's just a 2-liter bottle, like you'd find at the supermarket. This is rubbing alcohol inside of it. You swish it around, get it to move around. You can also use water for this experiment.
Okay.
But you can hear it,
Why rubbing alcohol then?
It has a tendency to evaporate a little faster than plain water. But if you don't have rubbing alcohol, plain old water works.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a simple bike pump right here. So you can see this, right? You'd use it to reinflate your bike tires or whatever you have there. And this is Scott Hetzko's trick. He loves setting this up. So what you do, just take a deep breath, right? That's high pressure, right? And when air squeezes together, it has a tendency to heat up. Okay, so your lungs can hold a pretty good quantity of air. I haven't taken a breath since I took that deep breath, so now I'm down to low pressure in my lungs.
Wow.
This is what I do. Okay, so this is what I do in the science experiment.
Okay.
And sometimes the face will turn.
Is that really low pressure?
Low pressure. So blow all the air out of your lungs. That's low pressure, and it's hard to talk when you have low pressure.
Yeah.
It's also hard to talk when you're facing the wind on a day like today, right? So we'll top off the bottle and see if we can. Pop that in there, and then we'll count it out. So this is the fun part.
Yep.
So I was visiting the 1st grade and the 4th grade at Burnaby School a couple of days ago, and this is where I say we have to count it out as I pump air into this bottle.
Let's do it.
So that the 6th grade can hear us down the hall, right? And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put your hand on the outside of the bottle and feel it getting warmer. 8,
Whoa!
9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
you can. 14,
15,
16,
17, 18,
19, 20.
Okay.
Do we do 21 just to make it legal?
Tap it. Yeah.
Rock hard.
So there's now watch out, stand back. I told you guys to bring the rain jackets, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Ready? Listen to this sound.
Whoa! Look at that.
That is so cool.
And you know what the kiddos love too? When you go like that, you can take this and you can put cloud spray in somebody's face. Isn't it fun?
Wild. This is just alcohol vapor then.
So warm air has, as the liquid in the bottom, as the air heated up, it has a better capacity to hold evaporated. And in this case, it would be the rubbing alcohol, but it is just some kind of condensation that happens. And as that top comes out, the air pressure in the vessel rapidly lowers, which rapidly cools the air. So the air no longer has the same ability to hold, and that vapor ends up in cloud form. So
That is crazy.
cool.
Isn't that fun?
Can you pump it one more time and
Sure.
just do it one more time?
I've never
for us?
had anybody ask me to do this experiment twice.
Really?
No.
That's a lie.
That's
I'm
such a
sure
lie.
they all ask you to do it twice.
3 times. And the teachers love it too. This thing, sometimes it cooperates and sometimes it doesn't. But there we go. Okay. So go again. 1, 2,
And it's
3,
crazy how
Yeah.
as soon as you
5,
start pumping,
6, 7, it disappears right away.
it disappears
Yep.
instantaneously.
Because you can feel the outside of the bottle getting warm already. I usually get this up to about 20 pounds per square inch, which would be about half of what your car tire actually needs. But I've had this bottle up to 25, almost 30 before. And most of the time it makes a really big popping sound like that. Okay?
He told you it was coming. But look at that.
Yeah.
That's even cloudier than before.
Because the last time it kind of slid off.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but you get that.
Look at that.
Get that big pop.
Can you,
Where's
can you
the
do
rest of
the
bag?
squeeze thing?
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
Yeah. That's fun, right?
That,
It's a super easy experiment for earth science teachers, and we have fun, and
Wow.
our school visits go 30, 40 minutes, whatever. And sometimes we're in front of a big assembly. It's
do you feel a lot of pressure?
no.
when you do that?
When I first started doing my,
He
did,
feels
but,
the pressure.
But being a teacher, it's just fun
Yeah.
because then you get to talk about all the stuff that you're learning and doing. So, as a professor of meteorology too at MCC, it's just like it's more applied and they're learning something. So you grab them.
Yeah.
They're listening right away.
We need to turn this into a regular segment. He needs a section on the website, Science Fun with Mark.
Yeah. Do we have any more time?
We have 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay.
All right.
We'll save the radio sound for another time.
Yes.
The what?
The radio sound. Grab the parachute. Go ahead. We won't talk about it, but we'll tease it. That box right there. Yeah.
Okay.
The radio sound.
This
weather balloon.
Next time
Yeah.
in Science with Mark.
All right.
I love
Mark,
it.
I love it. This was so cool. I like seeing it up close and personal too.
It's
Usually
fun.
we just watch from.
Harmless
We're
weather
gonna need to
instrument,
get a
that's
new
what it
bike
says.
pump though. This is
Oh boy.
it's in trouble.
It's in the budget, don't worry. Stick around, we've got a lot more to get to right here on Arc Rochester. Come back, we are learning more about a special art exhibit that's celebrating the city.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back on the other side of the commercial break.
9:12 this Thursday. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on Arc Rochester. The Rochester Contemporary Art Center downtown in the city is preparing to open a new exhibit celebrating a local storyteller that has shone a light on Rochester for the past decade.
Yeah, the Instagram account, Exploring Rochester, has been telling the area's stories for a decade. Here to talk more about the exhibit is the co-founder of the account, Steve Carter, and a contributing photographer for the exhibit, Kat Shu. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
This Instagram account is really, really cool. And I want to get to the exhibit here in just a second. But first, tell us the story of why you started it.
So, Explore Rochester was started back in 2015 as an account where it shares every week a new perspective of Rochester. So we have so many people over the course of 10 years share. I just thought back then that there was an opportunity because there's gaps. A lot of people you don't know in the city and a lot of different perspectives that you can learn from. And so it was a good idea to try to bring more attention to the different people and places around Rochester.
And we were talking a bit in the break here before, and you said you didn't ever expect it to get the attention that it had.
Yeah. I think it was just about trying something. I think I started a hashtag a few years before, hashtag Explore Rochester, and so that started taking off. People were using it. So then when we started the account, it was sharing these different perspectives. And just naturally, I think just as people shared to their audiences and shared to their friends, more and more people joined. And so it's been cool. I think we have over 50,000 followers now.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's great.
That's impressive.
So tell us what the exhibit is going to look like.
Yeah, so we have 502 photos. That's one photo per each contributor over the past 10 years.
Wow.
And so it really just filled out ROCO beautifully. We're really happy to partner with Blue and his team and his staff to really bring that together and share just diverse perspectives of Rochester and photos of things that people are very familiar with, but also a lot of things that are hidden gems around Rochester, which is really cool.
And Kat, you're a photographer for this Instagram account, or some of your photos are published on there. What is it like to see your work on this account?
I am grateful for the opportunity to share my perspective and my point of view of Rochester. And I really enjoyed sharing some of the hidden gems that don't really get mentioned, places that are kind of not in the heart of the city, a little further out, but places that are really important to me. So it's nice to have that opportunity.
Is there one photograph that you've taken that's been published on there of yours that stands out above the rest that you feel deeply about?
I think that, it's what I contributed in 2021, so it feels like a lifetime since then, but the one picture I remember is of Virgin Water Garden out in Churchville. So it's a small nursery owned by Larry and Lily. But they do carnivorous plants that you don't normally see. And in the summertime, they do a huge lotus fest. And it's so much fun to get out there. And you don't see, live lotuses just for as far as you can see in Rochester. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And one of the fun things is Kat doesn't actually know which photo of hers is in the exhibition.
Oh, really?
So we went through, and Justin and I, the co-founder of Explore Rochester, we went through and curated from 4,500 photographs that were used over the course of it down to 500 for this exhibition. And so none of the contributors actually know which photo of theirs is in it. So it's going to be really fun for you to visit and see on opening night. We have opening night this Friday, actually, from 6 to 9 p.m., probably later. But yeah, so it'll be cool for you to be able to see which photograph of yours from your week of contributing will be included in it.
That is really neat.
Yeah.
For somebody who wants to stop by, see the exhibit, what do they need to know, when, where, and also give us the Instagram handle if you don't mind.
Yeah, so it's at Explore Rochester. This Friday is when it opens. The exhibition actually runs through May 10th, so it'll be up over the course of the next 2+ months. And it'll be every first Friday, we're going to have an event at the space. ROCO has facilitated First Friday for years, and so it's really fun to be a part of it and have this opening happen then. It'll be from 6 to 9 p.m. is the opening this Friday, and it's downtown Rochester on East Ave, which is really cool because a lot of people that have contributed share about Rochester, but there's a lot of people that share about the surrounding area too. So it's not just limited to downtown or within the city limits. It's the greater Rochester area, which is really fun.
And I'm sure it will offer a gorgeous perspective of the place that we are fortunate enough to call home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much for waking up bright and early. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
We'll put all of the exhibit information that you need to know over on foxrochester.com.
9:17 this morning. Stick around. When we come back, we're taking a closer look at Greece Arcadia's upcoming musical.
We're back after this.
Thanks so much for sticking with us here on Arc Rochester. This weekend, Greece Arcadia is heading into the world of multiple fairy tales with their production of Into the Woods.
Yeah, this production is particularly special for several reasons, including because it's their director's last show before retirement.
It is so.
It is so. The cast is here taking us behind the curtain this morning. All right, so guys, thank you so much, all of you, for being here. You brought the whole crew, and we appreciate it. Give us a little introduction, you guys. You know, whoever wants to speak, I guess, and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I can start. So, hi, I'm Ian. I'm the baker in Into the Woods. And Into the Woods is kind of a story about fairy tales all mixing together, being meshed together into one story. And the actual second act of the show is just kind of the day after. So after the happy ever after, what happens to the people, and is it really happy ever after?
So it's really a behind the curtain. You see life after that fairy tale ending.
Yes.
And who do you play in the show?
I play the baker's wife in this show, and the baker and the baker's wife aren't particularly tied to any fairy tale, but they are the ones who navigate each one. So they meet Cinderella, they meet Little Red Riding Hood, and they kind of go along their journey as they travel through wanting a child and going through parenthood and the trials and tribulations that go with that.
Wow. Okay.
For somebody who hasn't seen the show, can somebody maybe in the back here give us an overview of what fairy tales people can expect to see little bits of on stage?
Of course. Hi, I'm Fabi. I'm the narrator, and I just basically explain all of the fairy tales. So we have Cinderella, of course. We have Little Red Riding Hood. We have Jack and the Beanstalk, even, and that's just the main course. Yeah. Just practically.
Fair enough.
I love it.
If that's just the main course, I want to know what the appetizers are and what's for dessert here.
Exactly. Okay, so question. There are a couple of you here that play several roles, yes? Explain that for us, if you will. And then, is it hard for you to kind of get in character? I've got to be one person, and then I got to move to the next.
Yeah, I mean, it can be difficult at times. Me personally, I'm the wolf, and I die, and then I go to be Cinderella's prince.
Okay.
Whereas Fabi here has to switch between narrator and mysterious man a lot during the show. So for me, I find my change between characters to be easier than, say, I imagine Fabi would.
And one is animal and one is not.
And one
Yes.
is dead.
So
Very different characters.
Yes, very different characters.
Very good. All right, so, you know, this is a very big deal because it's your director's last performance before retiring. I imagine that, you know, at least we were both theater kids, and we remember kind of that close-knit relationship with, you know, the crew and the cast and the pit and then the director also. It's got to be emotional for you guys, right?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
There was a cry sesh almost every rehearsal.
Oh, no.
Yes. In a good way. Good, happy tears, happy tears. It is very bittersweet in a way, but at the same time, we're all going out with a bang, and we're going out with each other and loving each other and loving the process, and so it just makes the blow a lot easier.
And how many here are seniors?
Wow.
We've got a good number of seniors.
Yes.
A good number of anybody planning to pursue this as a career? We got a couple of
Very
hands.
good. All right.
Very good. Very good. Well, that's exciting. A lot of big things in everyone's future. That's something we like to see.
All right, so opening night, very, very soon. You must be getting pumped. Do we have butterflies? Are we nervous? Or are we feeling good?
Ready to go.
We're ready.
Yes.
Ready to go.
Ready.
Yeah.
We are
How
ready.
have tech rehearsals gone?
Oh, tech rehearsals.
Long, but very successful.
Successful.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Are we one of the groups that really hopes for, when is our last tech rehearsal?
Thursday?
Today.
Technically speaking, our first dress rehearsal and last dress rehearsal is today.
Okay.
So
Tomorrow was short.
are we hoping that today's performance kind of flops? Everything goes wrong today, so come Friday, everything goes perfectly right?
That's the plan.
Are we hoping that at all?
To an extent.
Maybe a little, to an extent? Okay, good.
Very good.
Yes.
All right, so I want to know, going back to the director real quick, what is your message, if any, to the person who's led the charge and, don't cry, and who's now retiring? You know, what would you say to your director?
Costco got me into doing this whole thing, you know, a couple of years ago, and I just want to say that she is really a beacon of our community in Greece, and she's really kind of this hidden gem. You know, she doesn't like the attention, but she deserves the attention, and she is an inspiring woman to me. I think she's an incredible person, and I think she has inspired, you know, high school artists to pursue something much greater, and I have to thank her every day for that.
Wow, credit where credit's
Really
due.
incredible, absolutely. All right, for somebody sitting at home right now on the edge of their seat saying, I need to go see Into the Woods, when, where, and how do they get tickets?
Arcadia.
At Arcadia. Right
At
at the
Greece
door.
Arcadia. Our weekend, first weekend will be the March 7th, 8th, and 9th, and it will also be 14, 15, 16, and the times will be at 7 p.m. for Friday and Saturday nights, and then we'll have a matinee on each Sunday.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. The show is Into the Woods at Greece Arcadia. You don't want to miss it. We'll post all of the information on our website. If you want to go, you can find it, foxrochester.com.
And as we go to break, we're going to show you some of the footage from your rehearsals. This includes Ian and Tatiana. We will be right back. Take a look.
To the end, but then once you've begun, it takes two of us, it's no fun. What needs to be done, you can do. When there's two of you, if I dare, it's because I'm becoming aware of us. As a pair of us, each accepting our share of what's there we've changed. We're strangers, I meet you in the woods. Who minds what dangers? I know them past the woods. And once we're past, let's hope the changes last. Beyond the woods, beyond wishes and slivers and hoods. Just the two of us, beyond lies.
you Thursday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on Arc Rochester. We want to kick this half hour off this morning by talking about money.
Yeah, it is that time of year, the dreaded tax season. And for Gen Zers, it can be a time of panic and stress, especially when filers have little to no guidance.
It can be panic and stressful for anybody at any age. This morning, we're getting some advice on how Gen Z, though, can tackle taxes and everything in between. We are joined now by Mark Steber, the Chief Tax Officer of Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Mark, thanks so much for waking up with us. We appreciate it.
Good day, very exciting time. There's no waking up. It's tax season endgame.
It is.
I like your positivity. I really, really do. Typically, when we have people on to talk taxes, it's kind of like, well, I know we're not everyone's favorite, but I love the positivity.
Well, you got the wrong people on, is all I'm saying. The IRS is giving out $300 billion. How do you not get excited about that?
Well, listen, send some of it our way, or at least give us some advice this morning on how we can make the most of this season and file the best, have our tax filing be the best so that our return is the most it can be.
Well, the first thing to acknowledge is taxes are complicated, but in the complication, there are great opportunities, deductions, credits, loopholes, call them whatever you are, and that's the part that gives people consternation and stress. These Gen Z people, or any younger generation really, are at the point of that. They have the most complex tax returns in history. They have multiple streams of income, typically multiple types of investments, from crypto to stocks to bonds to real estate to anything else from collectibles, and then they have the most complex retirement options, from 401k to pensions to IRAs to the rest. You add all that together, it can be overwhelming. Compounding that confusion is social media saying, oh, your taxes are so simple, do it yourself, do it on a smartphone at the bus stop. That's simply not true. Taxes are complicated. It's your single largest financial transaction, and like anything important, if you don't give it attention year-round, you just wait till the last minute tax day to gather all that stuff, that can be overwhelming and stressful, but it doesn't need to be. A plan throughout the year, a little bit of organization, finding some help with a trusted tax pro, whether you do it yourself or you just outsource the whole thing, it can be a really, really rewarding and, as I say, financially beneficial experience, because IRS is sending out $300 billion to 100 million people over the 90-day period, now about 40 days. Refunds are up 7 or 8%. It's a go-get money time, not a stress time.
Okay, for somebody sitting at home, let's say this is our first time filing, or we're watching this delaying going to work this morning, and we say, oh, I have to file taxes now? And we're already, the gate has already opened for the season. Where does someone like that begin?
They begin by going to our website at jacksonhewitt.com and seeing what it all involves. How do you make an appointment? What are some tax law changes? What are some life changes? But start by educating yourself on the importance of your taxes, including things that you're doing in your life. Side hustle, online gaming, investing into crypto. Those all have tax consequences, but also they have some really, really lucrative tax benefits, especially for your side hustle. Deductions for your car, your home office, investments in your activities. All those can reduce your taxes and get you a bigger refund for your otherwise full-time job. So knowing where to look and knowing who to ask for help is the first step. jacksonhewitt.com can be a really nice primer to get you started.
I want to know some of the problems that can arise if somebody does try to do the taxes themselves this year, and some of the issues they may run into.
Well, the number one mistake that people make is not leaving something off and getting audited, although that's pretty common, especially people who say, oh, it was a small amount, or I didn't get the document, so I don't have to report it. Wrong, not true. There is no de minimis rule. The number one mistake I see every year is when you cheat yourself. You leave off a self-employed business deduction. You leave off a credit for savings. You leave off an education credit. You leave off a student loan interest. Because if you leave off a deduction, and here's what many people don't fully appreciate, the IRS does not go, oh, you left off a benefit, let me send you some more money. They're not in the give you more money business. They're in the give you the minimum amount of money business. You and your tax pro are in the get all the benefits I can and get the biggest money business. So you kind of have to pay attention, not report too small amount because you don't want the IRS or your state looking over your shoulder, but you also don't want to cheat yourself by leaving off a valuable tax law benefit that was put there by you, the voter, for our elected officials. So cheating yourself is the number one mistake because there is no backstop. job. So be organized, keep a set of records in a shoebox or a folder, keep a Pandaflex, keep a small journal on your life changes, and tell your pro about all those. You may be sitting on a gem of a tax break that can get you more money and you didn't even know it. But doing it fast and dirty at the red light on your smartphone and being, I'm done, not a best practice on your single largest financial transaction for 30, 40, 50, or 60 years for some of these young Gen Zers.
Mark, where are you located this morning?
Well, I'm actually based out of New York, but our technology campus is down in Sarasota. But during tax season, I'm everywhere.
You're
I go visit
everywhere.
with taxpayers and tax pros alike, get their stories and find out what confuses them. Today, we're actually in New York City.
Okay, well, stay on the line. I'm going to get your email address. I have got a shoebox full of receipts I'm going to scan over to you. You let me know my best approach. How's that sound?
If your pro doesn't react that way, happy to see your stuff, you or your people have the wrong pro. I'll just say it.
I
Tax
like
people
it.
love
Wow.
Tax people love taxes.
A lot of passion there.
Yes.
Mark, thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate it. Happy tax season, which is something I feel like I can say to you because it does seem like
get your money. It's your money. It's not coming by accident.
It's my money, and I want it now.
There you go.
Thank you. Jackson Hewitt there. We will post all of the information on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
9:36, much more to get to here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back. Stephanie Joseph will be talking about some of the top political headlines this morning.
She will. And don't forget, if you're heading for the door, you can take us with you. We're streaming live right now on the 13WAM YouTube channel. Arc Rochester returns right after this.
time for a political pulse check this morning. Now, as things seem to be moving faster each day in Washington, we're tracking all the major changes here on Arc Rochester. And today we want to discuss the job cuts expected at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Now, 13 WAM's Christian Garzone, he has, of course, been following this story and joins us now with more. So, Christian, just overall, what have you learned about this?
Well, Stephanie, good morning. Possibly 80,000 jobs could get cut from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That's according to the Associated Press, a leaked memo. It's something that they believe the Trump administration is thinking about. I spoke with Nick Stefanovich yesterday, a good friend of mine. We're both veterans. He runs the Monroe County Veterans Service Agency. And basically what they do there is they help people file claims and they speed up the process for people who have claims with the VA, and they are sort of that pipeline to help people get access to VA care. It's important to note, not every veteran gets VA care, by the way. Everyone thinks that as we leave service, we just go to the VA. It's not true. I don't know the number, but I go to the VA because I have a service-connected disability, et cetera. Just wanted to throw that in there. But Nick was saying, you know, the VA workforce is actually massive when you think about it. That's a quote from him. On the VA website, they employ about 371,000 workers. That's according to them. Other reports I'm seeing, I see numbers as high as 450,000 workers or so. I think it's important to note in 2022, the PACT Act took effect, which opened up care to people who were exposed to toxic burn pits in Iraq and other places. Also, Vietnam veterans who were exposed to Agent Orange. It opened up care for them because a lot of the stuff they were exposed to didn't really manifest is the right word, but years down the road, people started seeing ailments like fibromyalgia, cancer, and then the connection was right there with their time in service. So that was opened up. What I'm trying to say is the workforce expanded significantly due to the PACT Act to make sure these guys and gals got the care they needed. And Nick pointed out there was a time not too long ago under the Bush and Obama administrations where veterans were waiting years to get their claims filed. We had people in parking lots who were desperate for care. Some people even took their own lives in parking lots, not in our area, fortunately. But you had a very, very tough situation where people were not getting the care they needed or access to it. Now we're at a place we kind of have a good medium where people are getting care right now with the staff levels we have.
Yeah.
I'm saying a lot here.
No,
Stephanie.
it's a lot to go through, and I know we have that sound, so I want to pull it up here to see if we can listen. The local sound here, if we can pull that up.
With Nick, right?
Yes.
There was a time not long ago where veterans had to wait for years to get their benefits approved. And that was a bad time for us. And we've come a long way since then. That's going to impact one of the most important programs that works with some of our most vulnerable veterans, those who are afflicted with addiction, and the rehab services that the
And so there he was talking about some of the cuts seen at the Bath VA. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we already are seeing cuts in our area with some of the actions he was saying with Doge and Elon Musk. The Bath VA had some cut that took place that affect people who have addictions and things like that, because the Bath VA kind of specializes in that. Nick was saying, though, he's hoping that these are course corrected, because Elon Musk did say when they make a mistake, they go back and they fix it, because sometimes it's going to happen with this high tempo, high pace. So Nick says these cuts have not been resolved yet in the Bath VA. Don't know how many positions, but he's hoping that gets course corrected because it is kind of an essential service. Nick was saying, rightfully so, clinically, there's nothing else, no other organization like what the VA does for veterans clinically. It's so important. So he's hoping that with these cuts, it's not the clinical services. It's sort of some of the other jobs that might not be absolutely essential and necessary. And I should point this out, and this helped to assuage my nerves a bit, is Nick talked about 2019.
Yeah.
80,000 less workers is roughly the workforce the VA had in 2019 under Trump's first term. So Nick was saying basically, I see where Trump is coming from with this, is to get back to a workforce where he had in like 2019. And Nick was saying that kind of makes sense to me to an extent. Let's just hope it's not these essential critical positions that really, really, truly help veterans get care.
That is for sure. I know that you were waiting on a statement from the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Yes.
And we did hear on social media from the secretary there. I want to see if we can pull up sound where he talks about that he believes the cuts are a way to improve the organization. Let's see if we can listen to that here.
But the federal government does not exist to employ people. It exists to serve people. At the VA, we are focused on serving veterans better than ever before, and doing so requires changing and improving the organization.
Yeah, so a lot that he spoke to there, but he is certainly advocating or standing behind all of these changes that are coming about. So we'll, of course, continue to follow this here on our end. Thank you so much, Christian.
Thank you. And a shout out to Canandaigua VA. I go there for my care. They're wonderful. You're excellent. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much. Hey, stick around. We have so much more to get to here on Arc Rochester. We're back after this.
Welcome back. We're continuing to welcome the cast of some of our local high school musicals, going behind the curtain now of another show, this time at Palmac.
Yeah, and they are gearing up for a production of Mamma Mia. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. We're going to introduce you to the cast here. Why don't we go down the line if we can get your names, who you're playing in, and tell us what grade you're in.
I am Ava Ribstein. I'm a senior, and I'm playing Tanya in the show.
My name is Phoebe Cole. I am a senior, and I'm playing Sophie.
My name is Madeline Sullivan. I'm a senior, and I'm playing Donna.
My name's Savannah Sullivan. I'm a junior, and I'm playing Rosie.
My name is Ryan Fink. I'm a senior, and I play Sam Carmichael.
Very nice. Now, for someone sitting at home who might be unfamiliar, they've probably heard some of the music of ABBA. Can you tell us what the show is all about?
So the show is about this mother and daughter relationship and how it gets kind of dramatic with certain events that happen within the show. The daughter, Sophie, doesn't know who her father is, so she sends out letters to 3 potential fathers to figure out which one it is, and she doesn't tell her mother.
And chaos ensues.
Yes.
I'm sure. You guys, Mamma Mia it's a great movie. It's a great play. It's a great musical. Everybody kind of knows it a little bit. When you found out that this is what you were putting, what was the overall feeling? Were we excited? You want to pass it down?
So I think I can speak for a lot of us. The guys didn't really, they knew what Mamma Mia was, but they didn't have the same reaction as us girls. They told us at the end of last year. So normally we wait till the beginning, the fall, for them to tell us. But we were jumping, we were screaming. There's a video of it somewhere, and it is hilarious.
Yeah. We all kind of conspired that it was going to be Mamma Mia like 3 months before they said it. So we were trying to put it in their heads that we wanted to do Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
And then we found out that Mamma Mia was going to be on tour. And then I said to everyone, I was like, we can't do this show. It's on tour because you're technically not allowed to do a musical legally if it's on tour. But turns out that was a lie. I was lying. And they fooled us all. They played along with me telling everyone we couldn't do it. And so they fooled us all. And then they ended up popping out Mamma Mia. And we were just like in pure shock and excitement and joy.
And then what did the rest of the cast think? Everyone was on board with once we found out?
I think a lot of us were overjoyed and a lot of us were very confused.
Fair.
All right, you know what? That is fair. I think that's kind of like our daily lives.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
I would say. Go ahead.
I want to know, what is it like during this rehearsal process? Because I have to imagine you're learning some of these songs, and you're singing them in the shower, you're singing them while you're getting ready at home, and these are songs that probably many of your parents know and grew up with. What is it like having mom and dad sing backup for you?
I would say it's very intimidating because if we mess up, they will all know.
Yes, definitely.
Because the show is so well known. But it's been just such a great time. I think having this show be such a fan favorite, it makes the excitement so much better.
Ticket sales are way up this year, and we're very excited about that because it's nice to have good publicity, especially for this show, and yeah, we're very excited.
Well, we're very excited too. You guys, break a leg. So many great things ahead. Real quick, curious to know if we have any seniors with us today. Wow, oh my goodness.
Okay.
All right, odd man out, but in a good way here. For our seniors, are we pursuing musical theater in the college world?
I am going to school for music education, so I actually want to be a director and a vocal teacher instead of pursue it myself, but I definitely still want to do community theater around here and there.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm going for education, but I direct summer theater camps, and I'm always in the arts, and it's very important. So I plan on staying it, but not pursuing it professionally.
Very good.
I'm gonna go to college and figure out what I want to do from there. I'm thinking art history or anthropology, something in the social sciences. But I love theater. It's my life. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do community theater in the future.
Very good.
Yes, I plan on pursuing a career in theater. I'm going to go to college for it. I'm going to do community theater and get my way to Broadway.
Well, that's good.
There you
I
go.
love the confidence. You got to follow those passions, and it'll take you super far.
Absolutely. We're gonna have a performance from you. Hold your horses, people. Before we do, I want to tell people at home when, where, how do they get tickets? What do we need to know? Let's play Pass the Mic.
So for our show, tomorrow we actually have a senior citizen performance at 1 p.m. that is for free for senior citizens, and we'll have refreshments and desserts there as well. And then
Friday. Let's start with just Friday.
Okay, Friday we have a show at 7 p.m. at Palmyra Macedon High School. Saturday also have a show at 7 p.m. Palmyra Macedon High School, and Sunday we have a show at 2 p.m. at Palmyra Macedon High School.
Very good. And you cannot attend as a senior citizen. I'm just like,
wow. Wow, she breaks out that age card all the time. Okay, so what are we going to hear you perform?
We are performing a
mashup.
mashup. It's 3 songs.
Oh, wow.
There is SOS, Chiquitita, and I Have a Dream.
Awesome.
All right.
Terrific.
we will let you guys.
Yeah, we'll get out of the way. Jeff will bring in a mic, and we will hear the cast of Mamma Mia.
I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything.
Chiquitita, tell me what's wrong. I have never seen such sorrow in your eyes, and the wedding is tomorrow. How I hate to see you like this. There is no way you can deny it. I that you're oh so sad, so quiet. So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS. The love you gave me, nothing else can save me. SOS. When you're gone, how can I even try to go on? When you're gone, though I try, how can I carry on?
Very nice. That was awesome. Thank you all so much for waking up bright and early and coming in. Again, the show is Mamma Mia. For ticketing information and everything else you need to know, you can find it all on our website, foxrochester.com.
Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
That was great, guys.